This is my specs box. So I don't normally roll like this, but obviously we are launching JWW eyewear, and so I take the opportunity to wear as many styles as I can, as often as I can, just to make sure that everything's right with them, feedback to the design team, any tweaks, etc. So this is where we go, what's the most appropriate spectacles or sunglasses for the racetrack? And I'm going to go with these. Some people have been asking for these glasses in black on black on black on black on black, with all of the satin and the matte contrasting. We also managed to pull off those too, so they are coming soon. Where's my hat? There we are. I've already got early morning helmet hair. Hat, specs, jacket. It's absolutely freezing here. So yeah, this is where, I wouldn't say I'm living for the next 3 days, but this is where the drivers, hence transport gear, helmets, helmet bags. This is my bag here. In fact, I'm just going to put this back in. It's nice to have the race transporter. So conventionally, this would be full of cars. So this is where they get racked and stacked. You can actually put cars on 2 layers here. So you could put a car on here, and you could put a car underneath, which is pretty trick depending on how they have it set up. But what's quite nice is outside there are tire warmers either side of this truck, and it actually heats inside here. So it's quite nice and toasty. And then behind us, we also have quite a nice little lounge, which is where we sort of hang out, have a coffee, check out the data on the laptop, run through brake traces and things like that. But yeah, it's just nice to have somewhere to get out of the cold. In a minute, when you go outside here, you'll probably hear it through the microphone. It is blowing a gale here at Anglesey. We are, of course, on the coast, so it's hardcore bitter. Woohoo! Feel it straight away, hit you. But those things there, which you'll walk past shortly, let me show you the tire warmers. So these things, oh, so toasty. So inside here are some slicks. Today's a really big day because despite the fact that we've driven plenty of Praga on the channel so far, today is the first day that we're driving our Praga, which is the Frank Stephenson designed car. So let's go and check that out. Miles is about to head out in it, and then we're going to put in our first laps. And today, it's all about, it's loud in here, it's all about giving feedback to the engineers so that we can have a feel for it, both Miles and I, because we're co-drivers. We need to feedback and go, this needs tweaking, steering could be lighter, brake trace, etc. Get some seat time in it, get some feedback. We've just had custom seats made, so we need to be able to spend some seat time in that and make sure it fits us properly, no pinch points, and that's what today's all about. So really big day to see our beautifully designed Frank Stephenson car dynamic. So cool. Got to spend some time on the brakes in the few early laps just to build up some heat. So what you can't tell, it's very difficult to convey this on camera as well, is when it's difficult to get temperature into the tires, these things are somewhat of a handful. And there's this sort of catch-22 in that you can't go fast until you've got heat in the tires, and you can't get heat in the tires unless you go fast. So what you have to do is basically do a few laps on the brakes, and the brakes build up heat in themselves, radiate it through the wheel, and then radiate it through into the tire. Then ultimately that's how you build up the temp. So these laps are kind of steady on the brakes for long trailing periods of time, and then you build up that heat. Okay, so all the cars are fundamentally the same. Quick overview, they weigh around about 640 kilograms, 380 horsepower at the top map. They are running a 4-cylinder, 2-litre Formula Renault engine, and they're capable of 1,000 kilograms of downforce, which puts them at GT3 car pace. When I say GT3, I don't mean like a Porsche GT3 track day car. I mean the category of racing car GT3. So they're properly quick. So every car that we'll show you now is fundamentally the same, well, they're technically identical. Okay, that was... Honestly, you come out of this thing shattered. You can see my breath, how cold it is. I come out like I've been in that flipping tyre oven. Got the claw. It's really... We need something. There's a data overlay which will show the amount of G's of the thing is pulling, but even still, trying to relate that through film is really difficult. Downforce is a magical thing. There's a, as you exit the pit lane here, you've got a short straight and then a very tight sweeping long right-hander, and it's got positive camber when this thing's up to temperature. My reference points of what's capable is just recalibrated. I've only been on this track in like a, Porsche GT3 or something like that, and it's everything, isn't it? It's the lack of weight, the addition of downforce, and the game changer is slicks. All of those three things combined, well, does this to you. Whew. These guys are here doing some serious, to say drone flying would do it a disservice. Look at that. So, you reckon that weighs about 4 kgs?
Just under 4 kgs, yeah.
Just under 4 kgs, yeah, flying that around.
Capable of carrying 2 kilograms cameras.
Wow.
So it'll carry a Komodo, red Komodo.
Would it? So you could fly a Komodo on that thing?
Yeah.
But that is wild.
Serious bit of kit.
So have you custom built that?
Jonathan built it. We built 2 actually, so we've got another one with this as well. So good. It's flown FPV with goggles.
Really?
So the goggles see what this camera sees at the front.
Okay, right. So it relays off a specific camera for the FPV.
That's it.
And it sort of helps to frame up this.
Yeah, so cool. And then the FPV goggles are then streamed to Mark's monitor that he's holding. So on this next flight, you can see what's happening.
So we are holding the preview screen of this Ninja drone pilot here.
Amazing.
Wow, that is absolutely mental. Look at this. I bet when you put the headset on, it's like being in a different world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you're flying.
Look at it. What? Oh, bro, that's such an amazing shot. Look at that. No way. Whoa! Whoa! That is the wildest thing. It's like a mosquito on crack.
That's it for the battery.
There he is.
Brilliant.
Mate, top flying, man.
Thanks,
That was very cool. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, God. All the batteries you have to have.
Batteries.
Wow.
Was it 8 minutes a battery or less?
3 to 4.
What?
Yeah.
What, these
Even
little
on
guys?
this
Oh, no, the giant one, yeah, because this
Yeah.
one carries so much more weight, it ends up being 3 minutes too.
I see, okay. Yeah, so we're just waiting for these guys now to finish up, and then we'll be back out again and just feeding back, It's quite cool, like, getting back and going, are you feeling this? And it's nice when you're feeling the same thing to know that at least you're on the right path. Yeah, which is quite cool. Yeah, I'm not like miles out going, oh yes, aero's sick, and I'm pulling half a G.
The level of concentration needed in this.
I know. I was saying to Miles earlier, we're finding it really hard on camera to convey it. The biggest expression I've had so far is when I get out and I take my helmet off and you can see my head like dripping.
Yeah.
And I'm just like
It's
catching
hot.
a breath.
It's an unnatural seated position. It's
Yeah.
not like you're in a normal car.
Not at all. You're almost lying down, aren't we?
Yeah, almost with a neck bulge, and like the view that you've got is completely different to a normal car.
There's something else. There's no power steering, which might not seem a big deal, but the cars are capable of 1,000 kilograms of downforce and 3G cornering, and when you've got that much pressure through the tyres, the amount of friction it's got, the faster you go, the more load there is. I come out busted.
Same, and it's these little kind of micro
Tiny
adjustments
inputs.
that almost take more energy because they're so small. And
Constant
whereas you're not
tweaks.
just doing this, right?
No.
You're going like, I do need to warm up properly, I think, before I get in the car.
Yeah. It's a different kind of exercise, I guess, this, isn't it? Because I'm finding I'm using muscle sets that you just don't. I mean, in what other environment would you be put through that sort of, strain? It's quite niche, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the neck
Yeah, the next
and
thing.
trying to rest your legs. Yeah,
It's
I was
very
getting
intense.
sweaty.
Yeah,
I was
that's it,
getting
man.
sweaty in there, and it's not even summer.
I know.
like
This
8
is the other
degrees.
thing I was thinking. Out there's really cold, and we're like dripping.
Yeah.
What it's going to be like in a midsummer
Summer
endurance.
on
So
Silverstone.
halfway through this season, we've got a 2-hour enduro, which
Yes,
means we'll have an
Silverstone.
hour each.
Yeah.
In it. I need to get to the gym, dude. You're
need to
all
get
right.
to a
You're
sa-
all. I see you getting up early, going
I
for
need
those
to get
runs.
a sauna, not a gym. Just sitting there with a plastic bag
You're
suit
just
on.
terrific.
Yeah, and my helmet,
Yeah,
just doing this.
All right, so there we have it. Day 1 of 3 down here at Anglesey. Things are really beginning to heat up, despite the fact it's absolutely freezing. Couldn't be happier. Normally, standing in a cold pit lane is not exactly my idea of fun, but here it's one of the most beautiful locations to spend time on or off track. But the best thing is we've met all of the other drivers, a good selection of the Pragas which are going to be racing in Britcar this season, and ultimately the next couple of days are for myself and Miles to get familiar with our car, experience some proper downforce, and then feed back to the engineers the kind of updates and tweaks that we want made to our car in time for the racing season ahead. So very, very exciting. As always, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Ciao.